Here's the thing. I don't want to be the 5 millionth person to do this, but I'm gonna fucking do it. So this is the thing that everybody's talking about today, right? Which makes sense that we would be. I don't talk about Kingdom Hearts on this channel, so allow me to introduce myself. Some of you watching this shit, you're probably new. You probably don't go here. Hi. My name is Aiden. My pronouns are they, them, she, her, and he, him. I have energy. This is what I'm gonna say. So this, I don't care about this. And I'm not saying you shouldn't. I'm just saying I don't give a fuck about Union Cross. So Dark Revengeance, or whatever it's called, I don't give a shit. Missing Link, I don't even give a shit. And when I talk more about what I want to talk about here, it'll probably make sense a little more, or like probably not. So, okay. Oh, but people were talking about it on Twitter. I've been talking about it on Twitter. But not everybody's saying what I'm saying. Usually I keep my mouth shut about video game, like, news, because I'm not gonna say anything that a million people literally have probably not already said about it. There's just a lot of stuff that people aren't saying that I'm thinking, so I'm gonna be, I'm saying it. So I don't go up to people and say, yeah, I'm a big Kingdom Hearts fan. Kingdom Hearts is probably one of the game franchises I have spent the most collective time with over the years, I would say. I'm not gonna call it one of my favorites, but it used to be, we'll say that. And nothing really changed that but time. I started when 2 was the new game. The most recent Kingdom Hearts game was 2. And I got my own copy of Chain of Memories on Game Boy Advance, which is still one of my favorites. I'm one of those freaks. So for Kingdom Hearts fans, this is where I stand. This is the kind of fucking insane gremlin person you're dealing with here. So take everything I'm saying with a grain of salt. So I don't care about mobile games in general. I get it. Like, oh, mobile games have come a long way. You just need to give them a chance. I don't know what the fuck is happening here, and I don't care. I would love to make my own character and be told I can't be non-binary in another Square property, but I'm not gonna do it. Oh, it connects with the plot. I don't give a shit. I didn't play Union Cross. I don't give a fuck about playing a video game for 80 hours to understand 2 things of lore, like fucking recoded. Let it be known, I have played every game except coded, recoded, up until 3. 3 is the most recent Kingdom Hearts game I have played. I did not play Rebind, and I don't know if I ever will. And I'm gonna pause right here at the 409 mark, which is Lost Master arc, so we can just sit and have a conversation real quick. That's me sitting down. We're just gonna talk about this. Why do this? I don't know. This is how I'm spending my night. Kingdom Hearts fans and I don't get along when a discussion about Kingdom Hearts comes up, because despite how much I do have a connection to the series, most of the opinions on the overall, like, waning and waxing quality, I guess you could say, of the games is where a lot of people come to each other's throats. And I don't like having that much of a heated debate with people over the deep lore of a franchise where one of the most prominent and important characters in story and lore is fucking literally Mickey Mouse. Not saying no one should take it seriously and that if you have a deep emotional attachment to this game, you shouldn't. I'm just saying that's where I feel. I feel that 2 of my least favorite fucking corporations on planet Earth combined to make this franchise, and when people criticize the gameplay, fans fucking go full Joker, and I can't. When people come up to me and say, I don't want to play Kingdom Hearts because it looks like dumb shit for babies, I go, okay, I'll have fun with that opinion, I guess. I don't care. I don't defend it. I don't vouch for it. As much time as I've spent on the franchise, as far as I'm concerned, Kingdom Hearts is just there. Does that make sense? Am I making myself clear and known? I hope so, because I'm on your screen. I want it to be known that I'm not coming out of nowhere with this. I want to be excited for this, but I'm too nervous and cautious about what they're going to do to be excited. I just have energy. This has given me energy. You could say it's made me excited, but I'm not like optimistic either. I was honestly expecting them to give it a different subtitle and not a number, since it's supposedly an entirely different arc. Only using quotes because that's what Nomura has been calling this concept for years. So what I mean by this is the entire chronological release franchise, as the franchise stands now, from Kingdom Hearts 1 to Remind 3, and I guess Melody of Memory, maybe? I don't even know what's going on with that one because I didn't play it, is considered, for those unaware, the Xehanort saga. That was considered its own saga, which I think Nomura has described it as arc previously before. So I'm not saying arc as in like, oh, Nomura thinks he has a story, fucking hipster knob. I'm clearly like, there's a story to Kingdom Hearts. Whether you like it or not, I don't fucking give a shit. I think it has its ups and downs, and I think a lot of people are attached to it. Like, it makes them cry. I'm not really one of those people, but I'm happy for the people that are happy about this. Okay? This is right after I watched the trailer, by the way. I remember having the exact same feelings about this that I did for Final Fantasy 15. Although I have more of an attachment to the Kingdom Hearts world than Final Fantasy 15, I don't know if I'm going to get this. Ever. Let me see if I can find this. It's all this shit. Okay, I think it's this. Yes, it is. Look at this shit. And now it's 2022. So we all know what Final Fantasy 15 is now. But this is what it was. Not four bros driving around in a fucking car. No noodles. No noodles. Not that I have a problem with noodles. Look at that shit. And this is just gonna be like, oh, this is what you can do. And it's fucking insane. And this is just going to be the game. Look at this shit. Look at it. I don't know why the frame rate is at 2 in this upload of it. The crystals. Of course. There's all these crazy facial expressions, like that looks good. For 2013, that looks fucking, that was like unreal, right? And right, this is when it was still called Versus 13. I don't remember all the bullshit that happened with this, but that was awesome, right? Like that just got you fucking, that got you riled up. And then what we got, which is this. So that's how I felt after watching this. The more and more, I still haven't played Final Fantasy 15 to this day. So excuse me if I'm wrong. If you're of the opinion and you're about to type in the comments, you idiot, you didn't even play Final Fantasy 15, it's actually amazing and very action-packed, cool. I'm wrong. Have fun, be happy with that fucking assessment. The rest of us out here, let's be honest, let's be real. A lot of us played it and did not recommend it to other people that were curious about it in 2013 for a reason. Let's be fucking honest with each other. Okay? Exact same feeling watching this trailer today. Not because I don't trust Nomura, because I don't trust Square Enix. I don't trust what this game company is doing with this franchise, because it already wasn't like above scrutiny prior. Where are they going with this story and the organization was entirely killed for me in Kingdom Hearts 3. In some ways I liked what they did, but everything else just felt like an ad for things to spend $60 each on. Here's another one of those things, and I don't know if I care. That's how I feel about the Lost Master arc. I'll talk about why in a second. But for the most part, I'm talking about that fucking ending in 3. I'll talk about that more in a fucking sec, because I could go on about that alone for like 20 minutes. Honestly, I might be more interested if the lore is connected, but the story isn't. Oh, and if the combat is better than 3. I'm one of the people who actually enjoyed 3 and Fragmentary. I don't know. I don't have high hopes for this one. I don't. I'm too scared of what they will do with it and how bullshit it's going to be excited for this game. And again, this isn't from somebody that's like, oh, it's too stupid, oh, the lore's dumb, oh, the dialogue's shit, oh, the dub's bad. I have played this shit. I have got all the secret fucking Ansem reports. I know or whatever equivalent, whatever fucking game. I completed 3, I think. When I was younger, there was this interconnectivity that I thought was interesting. I was like, where are they gonna go with this big and fucking bombastic of a plot? There's so much bullshit that just questions what if, but just enough character development and trail, like breadcrumbs to go, maybe I give a fuck. Maybe I still care. So what do I mean by this? I might be more interested if the lore is connected, but the story isn't. I don't know who this is. I watched back cover, I think twice. I'm pretty sure. I think she might be one of the people with the animal masks. I don't fucking know. I don't know. One of them sounds like Knuckles. One of them is Zigbar or Break, but he's not. And who is this? And look, I get it. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm an idiot because I didn't play Union Cross. Yada, yada, yada. Here's my thing. She can be in the new game. It's fine. Her design. This is cute. I love this fucking thing. This character design. This thing. This creature. Oh, sorry. It is human. My mistake. Lorium would be really fucking pissed if he heard me say that. Who the fuck is Lorium? If you walk away, you lose your fucking mind. Anyway, here's my thing. The reason that Union Cross exists, the reason why there's a weird fucking tornado thing of just no-name characters in Kingdom Hearts 3, the reason why there's a fucking dumbass MCU ending that makes you want to buy Remind, or whatever the fuck at the end, that's a stupid plot twist that, like, a lot of us saw coming. I think myself included, let's be fucking real. The reason all that existed was because this is the Xehanort Saga. And Nomura has been calling it publicly, the Xehanort Saga. That lore is fine. I have more disdain for it now that it's quote-unquote over. But it's fine, and it works for most people. The story, I was really hoping, I'm not saying that objectively this should be what's done, but I would be much more interested if not only was this in a separate world, but like, for sure, we know that this is Sora in a different, like, universe. The story is completely fucking different. That I'm, like, excited for. I don't think that's what they're doing here. All of this shit. This Daybreak Town, Mad Kylium, whatever the fuck. Like, all of that should stay in the Xehanort Saga. But, like, the effects of it can connect to the new world and its lore. But, like, I want a whole new thing. And Sora can be the main character. And this girl can be in it. And whatever weird fucking fox rabbit lady can be in it. And, like, Lee can be in it. And that's the thing, is like, you're like, oh, well, you just haven't played it, so you're just shitting on it because you don't know what the fuck you're talking about, and that's why you don't want it in the game, because you don't want to have to go back and play Union Cross, or, like, look up cutscenes from it on YouTube or something. The stuff that I like also should not be in it. And again, they can pull the characters and put them in this parallel timeline, I guess, but that's the thing with Kingdom Hearts, is that they're just gonna do that because people know the characters, and they're gonna do it and say there's an interconnected story. Is there? Is there? If I had my way with it, everyone would hate it. Because the new story would maybe, at most, have references to some of the more important characters that would be incorporated to to beg the existence of this universe, this multiverse, and why it's connected to the Xehanort Saga one. So, like, Xehanort would still be a thing, right? Maybe Ansem. Maybe Ansem. I guess Keyblades are still a thing. So, like, maybe the Keyblade Masters in this world aren't a thing, you know? Stuff like that. Yen Sid probably wouldn't even be, like, a thing in this world that I would concoct. Any other member of fucking, like, any member that's not Xehanort of the organization would be, like, not a thing. What it seems to be implying from this, because we don't know what Sora's waking up from, but I'm assuming it's, like, how Kingdom Hearts 3 ends, which means it's directly connected, which is fine, you know? Like, fuck me. But, like, I want something new. I want a reset. I want a hard fucking reset on the story so we can do a new one and see where Nomura takes that, because he's creative. I want to be able to recommend the new game in a franchise I kind of like to people and say, you don't need to research a bunch of fucking shit to understand one fucking cutscene. Like, God, why am I recording this? I'd be more interested if the lore is connected. So, like, you go to play it, you find out interesting shit, or find whatever the fuck this equivalent to the Ansem reports are, or whatever, and then you find out, like, oh, this all happened because Riku became a Keyblade Master, or this happened because Sora didn't become a Keyblade Master, and yada yada, and this happened because of what happened at the end of Kingdom Hearts 3, whatever. This happened because Data Riku fucking found Trojan viruses on Mickey's laptop. Like, cool. That can all be like little nods that make sense with the Xehanort Saga's lore, but the story of what happens in this world completely, like, unaffected. The plot. And you really sink in what I'm saying there, because people immediately are gonna be like, either that doesn't make any sense or you're stupid. You just hate the lore. The plot is not the lore. So all the lore can be there and make sense in its own right and be fun for fans. And then the plot, why Sora is doing what he's doing, are completely separate from the lore. Does this make sense, what I'm saying? Because I don't really know how else to fucking word it. She can be here. Lee can be here. Winnie the Pooh can fucking be here. The three chibi versions of the Final Fantasy X-2 cast can be here. Noctis can fucking come in. I don't give a fucking shit. It's fine. But I want the story to be like its own new romp, so I can come in refreshed. I've cleared my cookies and I'm ready to pirate some more shit. That's what I want. It's not gonna happen. It isn't going to happen. It just simply is not going to happen. But that's what I want. And I'm only getting heated because I don't know how to express my fucking feelings. So somebody posted this and said, let it mellow. This the user, they said, I'll take misleading gameplay footage for 500 Trebek, and played this fucking, the thing. The thing. Because people were like, oh my god, the flow motion, it looks so cool. And it might play that good in the game. Because Dream Drop Distance had a good idea, so like, the whole game could just be that cool. Who knows? We don't know yet. But, like, this makes sense to me. Whether or not you enjoy or despise or didn't play Final Fantasy 15, this is not Final Fantasy. This with the sword, the Keyblade sword, this is not Final Fantasy 15. Like, the game as a whole, this is not Final Fantasy 15. Do you understand me? This is not Final Fantasy 15. I just woke up when I tweeted that stuff earlier, so I feel like it came off grumpier or contrarian. I am what people would probably call a Kingdom Hearts fan. I've played every mainline game except Coded, Recoded, and I guess if you count Union Cross. I want this to be good. I'm scared. Final Fantasy 5th fucking teen was, at some point during development, supposed to be this. This is why I am scared to be excited about Kingdom Hearts 4. An escalator? These symbols probably like mean something. I mean, like, this looks cool, right? Conceptually, I am okay with this. In no way, shape, and form am I poo-pooing, as the French say, upon this idea. Okay, I'm just gonna make this a spoiler video, officially. Because we need to talk about why I'm such a heated little bitch about this. The ending of 3 can suck my entire cock and balls. Some people enjoyed it. They said it was fitting. Cool. And you know what? It's a serviceable enough ending for a kid's game where you go hit little nightmare creatures in a bunch of Pixar worlds. But for a game that has the, 15th anniversary logo plastered on the cover art, a game that boasts the fact that this is the end of a fucking era, of a huge fucking series that has been, like, thought out and concocted since the PS2 was brand spanking new technology. It was a chess game? The entire thing, the entire franchise, all of these characters, it was a chess game. We already understand from the fucking shit that was proposed by the existence of Organization 13 that there's a prophecy and that you have to have this many vessels of darkness and 7 of light and you have to cram them all together, and then a big thing with the Keyblade is supposed to fucking happen. We understand the concept, and the concept was drilled into anyone who didn't get its head in Dream Drop Distance in a way that was effective for plot and for lore. And then that's all that 3's plot is about. It was a chess game. It was a chess game. And then Ericus, after all that time, after all the scheming of Xehanort, won? Because because Sora was like the thing in his the ace up his sleeve, right? Look, I'm willing to admit, maybe I just don't get it. Maybe it went over my head. But I have a sneaking fucking suspicion that it didn't. And that it's a chess game is just what they thought at the end. My theory, to go full fucking ballistic here, and just, I don't even, if you hate me for this, you're just angry. Because this is just my opinion. This point that I'm about to say purely comes from, like, my imagination. So take this with a grain of salt, and then take 5 million more grains of salt. My theory is that Kingdom Hearts 1, clusterfuck that it may be, I think that Nomura had a plan. I believe that. I think he wanted to go somewhere with this. And I think Chain of Memories solidified that he does want to go somewhere with this. And it's gonna be a fucking weird ride. Because you don't make a game like Chain of Memories unless you have a fucking creative idea. Because fans still don't like Chain of Memories. Kingdom Hearts fanatics that have already ducked out of this video because they already don't want to listen to my bullshit right now, they fucking hate Chain of Memories. I love Chain of Memories. I don't know. It was all a chess game. And I've talked to fans about this. And I've heard the streamers and artists and people I follow talk about this. They don't have a problem with it. They don't have a problem with the fact that, like, oh, of course, yeah, it was all a chess game. 15 years. And here's the thing that pisses me off about it. is that people who say this are the same people that are like, Kingdom Hearts 1 is a good game, I grew up with it, you don't understand, you're a narcissistic fucking cunt because you think Kingdom Hearts 1 is a bad game, and you should not have any criticisms for it because you're shitting on the people that like it by doing that. It was all a chess game. You have been in this fucking franchise's asshole, what, 6 years longer than I have? And have probably invested more time than I have, because you probably completed Recoded. And you're going to tell me you are 110% okay with the ending of this like 300-hour-long anime that we had to hit X a bunch through, that it was just a chess game, is the epitomal ending you wanted for these characters. What did you feel when Ericus apparates? Because that bitch is dead. And I get it, it's Kingdom Hearts, but that bitch is dead. Dead. Fucking dead. Xehanort has the time travel thing. When Ericus comes up, he's not old man Ericus. He's Ericus as he looked in Birth by Sleep. That bitch is dead. That was a Force Ghost. What did you feel when this character we know not a whole lot about comes up and taps the main fucking villain that the saga is named after? It is not called the Sora saga. It's not called the Riku saga. It's not called the Mickey Goddamn Mouse saga. It's called the Xehanort saga. It's like, oh boo, I feel grumpy because I lost. Even though I'm a 90-year-old, 900 fucking year old like man, I still have like, you know, these childlike things because I've been planning this since we were kids playing this fucking chess game, and now I don't like know any better. Now I'm just trying to win this fucking thing because darkness corrupted me, etc. Aqua has been traumatized. Aqua lived in fucking hell for like 15 years because of a chess game. Because they wanted to play chess. What's the point of the chess game? If all this is explained in Remind, I still won't fuck myself for this. Because the end of 3 should have been the end of the fucking saga. The end. And it'd be a different thing if this was an anime, okay? Because then you get what you pay for, which for a lot of us, let's be honest, we share Netflix accounts, we share Hulu, we share Disney Plus, we share HBO Max. A lot of us probably would pay $0.00 to see that, correct? If this were initially an anime from the beginning, let's say. And the ending's, you know, it's not that satisfying. But then I could go, well, shit, that was a fucked up ending. And people might even be angry about it, and some people might love it. And that's fine, because we all experienced this art piece the same way. We all invested the same amount of time. And we're entitled to our own opinions beyond that, right? Okay. I paid $60 fucking dollars. Got this day one. I didn't beat the ending right away. When I got to the last world, I went and made sure I got more materials and completed more things beforehand, because if there was a true ending, I was gonna fucking see it. It was a chess game. That is one of the main reasons why I say, again, I will be way more interested in Kingdom Hearts 4 if the lore is connected, but the story is not. The chess game is over. Give me new characters, new plot points, new arcs. But they're not going to, are they? But I get a sneaking suspicion that's not going to be how this works. But Aiden, you're flying off the handle. It's just the story of it. It's a video game. Not even the plot of every Kingdom Hearts game is like the best thing ever. True. 2 is incredibly linear, and it is still my favorite game in the series. 3 has a myriad of issues. It's one of my favorite games in the series. The original version of Chain of Memories is all kinds of fucked up. It is one of my favorites in the series. Rechain, its remake, terrible fucking gameplay. Awful. because they later did even the dubs for the voice acting later and reanimated all those cutscenes as its own separate project, they look and sound pretty fucking good, I think, given the circumstances. And that was one of the only reasons I played Rechain, was because reliving those cutscenes out that I had to read to myself in my brain on Game Boy Advance and see them played out with so much charisma and the acting, you know, was great. It was so fucking cool to me. Dream Drop Distance is broken. Fun. It's a fun game. I like it. I've beaten it at least twice. I completed it on 3DS. I think I completed it again on PS4. I like Fragmentary. It's short and sweet, but I like its story. Hot take, best story in the Kingdom Hearts franchise? Fragmentary Passage. Unsatisfying, but also, for me personally, I see it as a giant depression metaphor. It's very fucking relatable to me, and has a lot of things with that I think Aqua struggles with, both externally and internally, because of how the franchise works and how it's magic and lore and world work. So yeah, Aiden, it's just the story, so you don't have to worry about it, because the gameplay will still be, you know, old Kingdom Hearts, and the story will help carry it along. That's kind of what it does. Okay. There's our boy. There's Cloud from Smash. I can't completely complain. Like, this looks good. I love the new outfit. This looks great. I love that he still has his own, like, style. I love the This is fucking awesome. I don't care if they go to a single goddamn Disney, Marvel, Star Wars, fucking Planet of the Apes, Gremlins world. If the whole game is just heartless, terrorizing humans, and you have to come in and beat the shit out of them with a cool grappling hook thing, and they keep the fucking asshole stuff from the Xehanort Saga to a minimum, you can sell me on this game after it comes out. But because of all the shit I've ranted about at this point, it will not be a day one purchase for me. Or at least very likely, probably not. What are these things called? Parksides, right? Yeah. This is why, another reason why, because you're like, hey, you haven't played the game yet. You don't know. This is it for those who are masochistically watching this, even though they have no idea anything about this franchise and are just watching me scream. Good for you. Thank you, I guess. I'm sorry about it. This is a dark side. This is in every Kingdom Hearts game. It's like the quintessential, like, villain thing that comes up. It's not like Bowser or anything. It's not like a main villain. It's usually in tutorials and shit. Like, you fight when you're learning how the combat works in Kingdom Hearts 2. And I guess in Kingdom Hearts 1. It's a big thing that pops up in Chain. You fight several of them in Fragmentary, and it looks rad as fuck. You definitely fight at least 1 in 3. You fight like 5 million of them and recode it, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it's like the quintessential Kingdom Hearts enemy. And don't get me wrong, so look at this design. I love this design. I like this redesign of it. I think this looks fucking cool as shit. But it makes me goddamn sad. Because they're not gonna stray from shit. They're not gonna stray from jack fucking shit. They've already made it look more realistic. I think that's as far as they're gonna stretch. Whether or not that's Nomura's decision or Square Enix's decision, I don't know and I don't care. Because what's gonna come out of it is still the final product. What's gonna come out of it. And I think it's gonna be up its own ass. 1, because this guy's here. 2, because this chick's here. And 3, because it is world-renowned Square Enix and Disney property, Kingdom Hearts. And neither of those franchises want to miss out on the extra couple million that they will lose from people being butthurt because, like, Lee doesn't say got it memorized in the game. to that for a second. I really like this added detail, unironically, that there's. Well, first off, this dude is schmoving. Second off. Second off. That's an unfortunate pose that I paused on. Third off, I love. They're like, I need to put this on my fucking. I need to TikTok this shit, and they're like, bruh. Okay. And then they give up. Like, all right, you're dying. It's fine. Fuck you. This looks so fucking cool. Like, this looks so rad. And like, this is exactly why, like, I get why people are excited. I want to do that. What he's doing, I want to do it. But I want to do it for the whole game. That's the problem. This grapple hook bullshit, this weird hat in time fucking ass swingy do on cars that are being grabbed up by just the little hairs of a giant fucking kaiju demon thing? That could be the whole game. That could be the whole game. And it would be awesome. Okay? Do you see where I'm coming from? Do you at least... so many people, I'm sure, because people that watch this to the end, they're Kingdom Hearts fans. So they're not gonna, kudos to sticking out this far. You know that's not gonna be the whole game. Do you see where I'm coming from, or how that's disappointing? Even if you don't agree with me, I think a lot of the people who are big Kingdom Hearts fans have very different gameplay tastes from me. I'm more of a platformer kind of gal. I like Hat in Time, like Super Mario 64. If I had gun pointed ahead, my favorite game of all time is Crash Bandicoot 2. I love Klonoa Door to Phantomil, Kirby. It's not gonna be that though. And I don't need to be all action all the time, and I'm okay with some dialogue. Like, even when Kingdom Hearts has bad dialogue, it's fucking hilarious. So like, 9 times out of 10, I'd call it entertaining. But it's not gonna be this the whole game. And it doesn't need to be, it doesn't have to be a Shadow of the Colossus, it doesn't have to be this the whole game. It doesn't have to be that. Fragmentary Passage wasn't that the whole game, and that's like one of my favorite installments, and it was pretty much just a tech demo for 3. That game everybody hates, even though here's the thing, gameplay-wise, I like Fragmentary Passage. It's one of my favorite. That engine is like my favorite. And this looks like it's staying true to that. So you'd think I'd be more excited, but I'm scared. I'm scared. Because this is pre-rendered. And doing this shit, like, that's not going to be a thing you can just do. There's not going to be an action thing, like, that's a thing you're going to have to worry about doing. Like, that's probably just a reaction command. It's the same shit. But Kingdom Hearts fans will eat that up because they just want new Kingdom Hearts. I want Kingdom Hearts to do something new. Why in this other world are there even organization members? And you're probably thinking, well, they're going to explain it in the game. Be patient. No, I want them gone. Annoying little bitch-ass character, right? Most people don't like Demix, or they like him ironically. Kingdom Hearts 358 by 2 days made him a fucking character, okay? And 3 did okay with him, given the circumstances. I think he's a fun character in 2. Because he's a piece of shit. I like Demix. They don't do a lot with Luxord, but I like Luxord. I think Luxord's a cool character. I think he's very fun in 2. Like, all these characters are fun in 358 by 2 days. Zolan's whatever. Zigbar is one of the most, like, people love Zigbar. It's fucking iconic. Given the ending of 3 and, like, all the stupid shit that's set up, I kind of hate him a little bit now, but not because he's a bad character, because he reminds me of how money-grubbing this fucking franchise is. What are you gonna do? It's Kingdom Hearts. It literally couldn't exist if it didn't have, billions of dollars behind it. I don't even think I have to say anything about Lee. Do I even have to talk about Lee? Do I even have to talk about this character? At all. Easily top 5 favorite, and has been since I played Chain. And if you have not played Chain of Memories, and you have played the rest of the franchise, and you like Lee, play Chain of fucking Memories. Roxas is fine, Roxas is more part of a bigger fucking, like, encompassing story. And it's not to say he's a boring character, it's that I personally always felt that Roxas is more of a vessel for what the fuck is happening to be carried in a vessel that has a personality. And I think that's okay. Xion's a good character. Love Xion. Very understandable character through 58 by 2 days. If there was one good thing done with the story in Kingdom Hearts 3 and wrapped up well, simple, maybe even predictable, maybe even a bit fan servicey. Art. Xemnas is rad as fuck. Very cool. Kind of like Roxas in the sense of more of like a vessel character of what's going on than like anyone who's like that engaging or entertaining of a character. But I like Xemnas. Saix, awesome. Iza, good fucking character. Let me tell you something. Let me share something. Because you're probably like, okay, well, you're one of those people, you're one of those idiots that shits on the Kingdom Hearts, like, the lore and the plot, because you think you're better than it. And I'm a writing major. So you're probably really thinking that right now, and I wouldn't blame you. There is one scene out of the entirety of the franchise that has brought me to the brink of tears. Didn't push me over the edge, but brought me to the brink of tears. Got me pretty goddamn close. I had, like, a single little fucking, like, B-movie tear. Birth by Sleep? I think it's either Aqua or Ventus' story, I think. Fans know already what I'm talking about. Is Iza and Lee just having a good time together. That's how you do a fucking prequel scene. Holy fucking shit. And I did not expect it from Kingdom Hearts either, so it fucking hit. Marluxia, one of my favorite fucking characters in the entire franchise, and I was like, he's gonna be back in 3, and it's gonna be fan servicey, and it's gonna be cheesy, but, you know, we'll see. Easily one of my favorite characters in that plot in Kingdom Hearts 3. Easily. Love Marluxia. Lexaeus is fun. Another character that shines more, I think, in Chain and 358 a little more, but important character, more so than I think people give him credit for. And he's good. He's good. He's fun. He's fine. Not the funnest, maybe, but fun. The reason I have asymmetrical hair right now, and the reason I keep going back to it, is because of Zexion. Larxene can't even, you know, can't even knock this bitch. Like, oh my god, no. You already know from everything I just went on that, like, I love Larxene. Let's be real. Vexen was one of my favorites when it was new. I'm kind of iffy on him now, but like, I still like him. I think he's a good character. So, as such, these are like the best characters in the fucking franchise. Let's be real. Let's just be real. These are the best characters in the franchise. These 14 characters are the best characters in the franchise. Let's be fucking real. Oh, but really, these are the best 14 characters. These, and you slap Aqua in the background somewhere, these are the best characters in the franchise. But they served their purpose to the Xehanort saga. Leave them alone. They had, at the end of 3, they had a wrap up. Speaking of, I've been recording my opinions on this fucking 7-minute video for an hour, so let's shut the fuck up. I wanted that to make me piss my pants, and it just made me go, oh no, what the fuck are they gonna do? Here's the thing, I don't know what the fuck this is. I don't know what the fuck's happening here at the end. Who are these characters? This is Nickelodeon? This is Nickelodeon, right? He has a magic wand. They're from Avatar, right? Avatar: The Legend of Korra. Cause they have like magic and fire and shit in that. And they like worship Satan, right? Again, I guess that's the main takeaway. That's why I hope this video isn't confusing. This is just me ranting. Is that I'm not saying what it's going to be is bad. I'm saying I'm scared, and I think I've made my points clear on why. I'm like cautiously optimistic at best. But my main thing, if there's one takeaway from like what's my opinion on this, and what would I have other people consider? Consider a possibility, I suppose, where this game, Kingdom Hearts 4, as a product, didn't have those cloaked fuckers up top. She can stay. She can stay. And maybe they bring back characters in this other timeline, this parallel universe, and the universes are connected lore-wise. You know what I mean? Like, they might not be connected directly, but there's like a reason in the Xehanort saga that Quadratum exists, okay? Let's say that. But the story is brand new, fresh. No Yoroza, no other weird shit. unless it's like a reference or like an Easter egg, you know, like, or they can be in there, but now they serve a different purpose. Like maybe like Lee and Sora are dating now or something. I think he's not too old for him, right? And it can still be bonkers. It can still be batshit crazy like the Xehanort Saga, but make it batshit crazy and bonkers on its own laurels. Because you know they're gonna make it Kingdom Hearts 5. You know they're gonna make it Kingdom Hearts 6. Because now we have an official trailer for 4. So you know there's gonna be a 5 and a 6. And you know there's gonna be a bunch of games in between. And you know they're gonna have a fuckload of lore, because that's the way the Xehanort Saga went down. And I hope I'm wrong, but I know I'm right, and you know I'm right too. Literally, for my sake, I'm not saying you should agree with this. I'm really not. I get it, like I get the hype. I did not want a new Kingdom Hearts. I don't want to buy a new Kingdom Hearts. I wanted Kingdom Hearts to do something new, and I will buy that. This would be a crazy time for me to be like, this video is sponsored by Square Enix. Buy the Chaos Bringers today. They've got such characters such as Fantasy, Stranger of Paradise. They got wait, is that literally just Devil May Cry? Wait, that's literally I think just Devil May Cry. This looks like one of those twink, and then you become Cole McGrath, and then level 100 you just become a fucking Final Fantasy samurai. You got Willard and Cedric and Muffins. Buy it today. Buy it. Buy on Amazon.com. Please buy.